Many of us know award-winning actor Damian Lewis as a cutthroat hedge fund manager Bobby Axelrod in the hit TV show Billions. In the new season, he finds himself on the same team, listen to this, as his one-time nemesis, former U.S. Attorney Chuck Rhoades, who's portrayed by Paul Giamatti. How is that possible? Rhoades was asked to investigate the administrator of the police pension fund.
So, answer this. What happens to you if I take down Raul Gomez?
I prefer that didn't happen. And I appreciate the gesture of you coming here to ask.
But we can't just leave it there. Because, as I said...
You've been tasked.
I have.
Is there some other way to satisfy your taskmaster on this?
He seems to feel that Raul is using the pension fund the way Chris Stapleton uses Tennessee whiskey, to slake his thirst.
He's not. Not in the way your man thinks he is.
Well, the way your man thinks he is. Billions is on Showtime, which, by the way, is a division of CBS. We welcome Damian Lewis back to the table. I'm with Bianna. Where is that apartment?
I all want to move in.
I want to live there.
I don't know. How specific should I be with this? I don't know.
But this is the thing about this show. Number one, they're working together, and there are really, it seems, no good guys on this show anymore, which is also makes it fascinating to watch.
I think, yeah.
Agree, no good guys anymore?
Oh God, are there any good guys anymore? This is the broader commentary on what's going on at the moment. Yeah, sure. There was always a cowboy and sheriff story, and
yes.
the sheriff is now in cahoots with the cowboy. You know, Billions, what the guys always wanted, I think, to portray as a transactional, favor trading world, which I think is probably quite New Yorky, but we're seeing it everywhere now. It's permeated politics entirely, and yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Let's not worry too much about how we get it done, but let's get it done.
Everything is transactional, right into ski passes.
Yes.
Or everything, every little thing is
synagogue passes.
Yes, synagogue passes.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying being friends with or allies, I should say, with Mr. Giamatti now, rather than adversaries?
He's the easiest man to be a friend with in real life. He's we love each other and we get on very well, and we love our scenes. Early on in the series, season 1 and 2, there was always such expectation when we came together.
Yes.
That it was sort of like we got to sort of like puff our chests out, and it was like let's out Stanislavski each other as we sort of like reach across the scene to each other, and actually it's all calmed down a bit, and that's actually really nice that we can actually just play with each other a little bit, and you know, we'll see how long they remain friends.
Yeah, when it's convenient, at least they're friends.
Yeah, you know, well there's something in it for me. Bobby's a good friend of anyone when there's something.
Yes.
In it.
That's for him. I love in the first episode of season 4. You have a new adversary in John Malkovich, who's a Russian oligarch, and you say, your character says, for the first time, I think this guy may be willing to do things that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
It's like even worse than you.
Don't mess with the Russians.
That's been, you know, that whole Russian storyline as well is very current, obviously. I think that's been good for Bobby, actually. He doesn't, I enjoy not having to be the kingpin the whole time. I quite like there's a hierarchy, and he has to manipulate and maneuver around some obstacles, and certainly, you know, Grigor Andalov presents a big obstacle for
You've played these quintessential American characters, and for me, you'll always be Brody. And I remember the first time I heard you talk, I was like mind blown. Like, what? He has the accent?
I know.
How do you nail this American accent so effortlessly?
I don't know. It's a bit of luck, I think.
Was it training?
Well, I certainly had dialect lessons. You know, the first time I did it was on Band of Brothers when I played Captain Dick Winters, and I had a lot of dialect coaching for that. Otherwise, I hear it.
Why is it that
I hear it. I hear it. I feel comfortable with it. I came to America a little bit as a kid.
Yeah.
I have cousins who live in Connecticut, and so we used to come and see them, and you know.
But Brits always seem to be able to nail the American accent, and Americans never get the British accent right.
I don't think that's. Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Aussies are pretty good too.
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of us.
There are some pretty good.
But
you know, Renee, Gwyneth, they all have.
Oh, Renee, that's good.
That is
no, you're right.
But Damian, I want to talk about Homeland for a second, because I actually don't see Brody anymore. And I was such a big fan of Homeland. I thought, how could I get past that character? But I think you've done it so well that I don't see Brody anymore. So I wonder, when you were finished with Homeland, were you worried about you would be typecast that way? Or I know it's called acting. I know that.
No,
worried?
but you don't. You can never underestimate as an actor the
Power.
effect that your characters have.
Yeah.
You visit people in their living rooms, and
Yeah.
you go there weekly, and people sit down, and then they talk about you the next day. I think that can be confusing for an actor sometimes. It's, oh great, well now I'm going to go play King Lear, or
Right.
now I'll go play a comedy clown. Everything. Well, you can't do that because you're Brody, and so I think you have to fight hard and be conscious of that.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased to hear that you don't see Brody short selling.
I agree with Gayle. I don't see him either.
Damian Lewis, thank you so much for being here this morning. Billions airs
good.
Sundays on Showtime. It's terrific.